is okay right here.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Princess Monet, and today I'm back with another video. So basically in this video I'm doing my makeup, but I'm not explaining like what I'm doing in detail. I'm just telling a story, and the story actually has to do with me being a stalker, and I didn't mean to be a stalker, but I was. So if you guys would like to hear how I was a stalker, then keep watching. Yo, check it out. Like, how cute is it that I already have started my story? That's why I already have like some makeup on, and my camera wasn't even recording. But that's just regular Kiara shit. Always doing something wrong. So basically I just want to jump into this story time. It should be really quick. It's not a long story, but it's like me being a stalker slash like an embarrassing story, I guess. I just poked myself in the eye. Mother. Okay, so this story takes place in the 6th grade. So I met this boy, and I'm gonna call him George. I'm not gonna say his real name. But everyone like in my family and like my closest friends, they know about this story because this was a mother effing nightmare at the time. But to start all the way from the beginning, yo, this, you gotta be kidding me. To start all the way from the beginning, it goes back to the 6th grade. I met this boy, his name is George, and I was totally obsessed with him. I thought he was like the cutest thing, and which is crazy. I look back now and I ask myself like, what were you thinking type of thing, because he's like not my type. So I really don't know why I thought he was like the hottest dude on the block, and literally he lived right across the street from me. So that's like the major thing. That's what made me become a stalker, because he legit lived right across the street from me. So it's like, how can you not stalk somebody who lives right across the street from you? It's like almost impossible. Even if you're not trying to stalk them, you low-key look like you're stalking them, because you know, you guys gotta walk home the same way. So now he thinks I'm following him. So before he thought I was following him and all that good stuff, we were friends. We actually became friends, because I was like, there's no way. I just got in my hair. There's no way that I'm just gonna, I really got in my hair, look. Anyway, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be just like being his girlfriend. I have to be his friend, because I think at the time I thought he was like the cutest boy, like I said. So I'm thinking there's no way I'm gonna get him, but I wanted to get him, and like I always try to get what I want. So I definitely tried to become his friend. He used to be like the Jordan King, and I used to just wear freaking what's that place called? Children's Place. Like, my mom literally still had me rocking Children's Place clothes in the 6th and 7th grade, and I was just like, this has to be a freaking joke, because all my friends had Jordans and stuff like that. So 6th and 7th grade is when I started going hard for the Jordans, because I noticed that like I was a dub and I kept wearing like stuff that's like for little kids. So I stepped up my game. I started getting Jordans. I started getting the freaking same Jordans he was wearing. And don't worry about looking like a ghost, because you always look like a ghost first. Yeah, I started getting the Jordans that he was getting, and I started wearing them like low-key on the freaking same days, not even on purpose. Anyway, I had a feeling that I'm gonna call her Chelsea. So her name's not Chelsea though. I had a feeling that this boy George, he like really liked Chelsea, and he wasn't gonna be feeling me. And I was like getting like really sad, because I was like, freak, like I just, you know when you just have those feelings, like I definitely just had that feeling that he liked her, and she was like my really close friend. So I was like, shit, I knew she didn't like him, so I knew I wasn't gonna have a problem with that, because he definitely was not her type. He must have been like so my type at that point, because like I said, I was obsessed with him. So one of my boys, let's call him, I'm gonna call my friend Enrique, even though his name is nowhere near Enrique, but I don't know, I think it's funny. So I told my friend Enrique that I was obsessed with George, and he was like, yo, just tell him, like, just get it out of the way, you know. You can't just be living like that. Like every day you're like wondering if he likes you, and you became best friends with the boy, and you know, if he likes your personality, which, because we were like best friends, so he liked my personality. He was like, you're not ugly, like just go for it. So one day I was just walking home, and I decided, you know what, boo boo, you know what, today is gonna be the day where I'm gonna tell this freaking boy that I like him. Okay, so me being a stalker, I guess would be like, I would wait for him to stop talking to his friends and like do hang out or whatever after school, whatever after school, and I would make sure that I'm walking home like at the same time he was walking home. So I would literally just be walking behind him, but like I didn't want to be a creep, but I just wanted to talk to him because, you know, we can't talk that much in school because, you know, we're gonna get in trouble. So I just wanted to talk to him after school, and being that we live the same way, he can't think that much that I'm a creep because I live across the street from you. So we both gotta go home the same way. There's no going around it. Like, we have to go home the same way. So one day I was walking directly behind him like other days, and he turned around and he saw me, and we just started talking. I was like, hey, when I get home, like, I'm gonna text you something. And like, I think he had a feeling because people were starting to tell him, but I was like, fuck, like, why would you guys do that? Like, you told me to, like, people were telling me to tell him. So like, I don't know why they were blowing me up, but I think he already had a feeling because he made a face, and I was like, shit, he doesn't like me. Like, don't go home and tell him, like, just forget it. But my friend Enrique kept telling me to go tell him, so that's what I did. I got home and I was just like, hey, so I really like you, and I was wondering if you like me too, because like we have so much in common and we talk every day, and you're like my best friend, but I just think you're so cute, and I wanted to know if you like me the same way. Like what type of little kid shit is that? Like, what type of little freaking kid shit is that? Yeah, I don't know, but I just grew some cojones and I just freaking told him that. And you want to know what he said? This freaking child said, I really, 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 really like you. And he wrote that so far, so I was freaking out. I was like the happiest, excuse me, whoa. I was like the happiest girl in the freaking world because he said, I really, 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 really like you. Like, he wrote like 100 reallys, and I was like, yes! But guess what, bitch? This freaking dude decides to hit me with the as a friend.
As a friend?
But when I tell you my little 7th grade heart literally crushed to 1.5 billion pieces, that's exactly what happened. I freaking thought I died right there reading that text message by the phone. By the way, I had a freaking sidekick at the time. Like, it was a really, really long time ago. But my heart, I just remember my heart being crushed into a billion pieces, and I just started hysterical crying. So I think that was like my first heartbreak. I've been really heartbroken before, like real life heartbroken, but at the time that was real life heartbroken, and I just wanted to freaking pass out and crawl into a ball and never go back to school again. So I was just thankful that I told this freaking child like towards the end of 7th grade, so I didn't have to deal with him that much. But being like he would live right across the street, I don't know what it was, like I still had a crush on him, and I was so sad because ended up telling me that he did like the girl Chelsea, and I was just like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Like, I just knew it this whole time. I don't know why I wasted my time, but like I was kind of glad that I got it over with, so now I don't have to like be so obsessed with him anymore. But like low-key I was super sad, but I definitely did know that he had a thing for her, even though he never said it. I just like had a feeling since he was like my best friend at the time. I should have known. The story doesn't end there. That was just basically my first little heartbreak that I had, and that was like me just being a little bit of a stalker, because I didn't include the fact that I used to like beg my mom to park across the street, because he wasn't like directly across the street, but he was on the side across the street. So I used to like beg my mom to like find a parking spot on his block or right in the front, just in case if he was outside, and I used to just get so freaking happy just to see him. And side note, one embarrassing thing that freaking happened was he was on the corner with all his boys, and I was riding my scooter like a freaking dork, riding my scooter, and I fall right between them. Like, I don't know what that was, God telling me, or what the case was. Maybe I should have got it right there, like, bro, like, he don't like you, it's not meant to be. Because I was riding my scooter and I fell right between his friends. Like, I didn't even decide to go around them. I went right through the group of friends and I fell flat on my face, like flat on my face in between them. I remember him looking at me like, is this girl serious? Like, she's really riding a scooter? And I was so freaking embarrassed. One of his friends was like, do you need help? And I was like, no, leave me alone. And I just like scootered my way home crying. Oh my god, that's just like a side note of how embarrassing I freaking was. Like, I'm always falling, always tripping. So maybe that's why guys didn't like me, because I was like I wasn't ugly or anything. I was just like a hot little mess. Like, something was just always happening to me. But anyway, I'm gonna just fast forward to the fact that my mother wanted me to get out of that school, because when I was in the 7th grade, like 3 girls wanted to fight me and my mom just wasn't with it. And my mom and my stepfather, they did take me to those girls' houses to fight, and they just, you know, their parents would open the door and they wouldn't let them. Like, my mom was like, no, you're gonna fight this girl because there's no reason why she doesn't like you, and you know, she's starting beef. Because my school like wasn't the greatest school, which is just ironic because I also went to one of the worst high schools that actually closed down. So my mother sent me to a very Caucasian junior high school. So for my 8th grade, I changed schools, and I was like kind of happy because I'm like, okay, I could get away from George. Basically, I'm like almost at the end of the story, but you guys are really not gonna guess like what happened and what could be like worse than that. Like, you know, that's already sad for a young girl, and that's already embarrassing that she like, you know, told her, was not told, she like confessed her love for some boy and he just dubbed her because he felt like she was a stalker. But it just gets worse than that, and I don't feel like you, what? And I just don't feel like you guys are ready or can even guess. So before I continue to tell the story, I would like you to guess, what do you think can happen that's just more embarrassing and just like more stalkerish to this story? Like, what is the worst that can happen? And I honestly don't think you guys are gonna guess it, but you could try. Be right back. Okay, so being that this isn't a makeup tutorial off camera, I did finish my makeup because I really wanted to like focus when I tell you the ending of the story, because it's so tragic. Like, I hate freaking telling this story because I look like a freaking dweeb. Like, I look like the ultimate freaking stalker, and I'm just so upset about it. So my mother transferred me to a different school for my 8th grade, and my first day of school she dropped me off, and the worst thing happened to me. I freaking hate telling this story. So I get out the car and I'm walking to the front of the school, and as soon as I get to the bottom of the steps, guess who I see? Guess who I see? Freaking George. I see George at the top of the steps, and me and him look directly at each other. I know in my head I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I want to die, I want to die, I want to die, I want to die, I want to die. And I know in his head he's probably thinking, yo, tell me that this girl moved all the way from this school all the way to that school just so she could be closer to me. You want to know what this boy did after me and him made eye contact? This is exactly what he did. Yes, that is exactly what he did. He turned around and looked directly into the concrete wall, and that's when I knew that my life was over and I was cursed. Like, only those things happen to me. How is it that, you know, I'm starting fresh and I'm like hoping that I'm gonna get away from him because he already thinks that I'm a stalker, and I just end up, you know, changing schools at the same time that he changes schools, and we end up at the same school. Once he did that, I knew my life was completely over. I wanted to just do this and drop into a casket and call it quits, because I just couldn't believe, and I just wanted to ask God, like, why me? Like, what did I do to deserve that? I feel like I went down in history that day as the world's biggest stalker, and I just felt like my life was ruined because now I had to see this boy every day in my 8th grade. I definitely could say I glowed up in the 8th grade. So from 6th and 7th grade to the 8th grade, I looked totally different. And then I noticed that when we would see each other in the hallway, he would like bump me and be like, what's up? And I just wouldn't say anything. But I'm like, oh, now you want to say what's up? Is it because I look good now? So yeah, that was my story time, you know, embarrassing slash coincidental story time. I would like to say my stalker ways aren't as high as they used to be. Me following him after school and like trying to do all these things to get his attention is what I absolutely do not do right now. If you don't like me, you don't like me. But you know, I could still be a FBI real quick. I could find out who was your ex and who, if you're talking to a girl now, like I could do all of that. So I would advise, you know, nobody to try me, but I would also advise, like, if you guys need any help, like, you can hit me up. I definitely help you. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Comment below what you'd like to see in my next video. And yeah, that's it. Love you guys. Peace. 'Cause everything is okay right here.